They call me Stacy. They call me something. I wish I knew all of the words. That's not my name. That's not my name. Just picture that scene from Horrible Bosses when Charlie Day is singing the song when he's high on crack. That's not my name. That's not my name. That's not my name. That's not my name. You know when you're a little kid and you end up being in a class in elementary school or middle school with 5 other people who have the same name as you? That kind of thing never really happened to me as a kid. When I was a little kid growing up in New Jersey, there weren't a lot of Tories or Victorias that went by Tori. There were a lot of Jakes and Noahs and Haleys and Laurens, so the best way to differentiate them would be to come up with a nickname or to use the first letter of their last name as a way to differentiate them. And in high school, I never really encountered this either. There was one Victoria that I knew who went by Victoria, so it was me who was Tori, which is pretty awesome. My legal, actual name on my birth certificate is Tori Sloan Sicklick. Like, it's not short for Victoria, which I'm always asked the first time I meet anybody. So yeah, clear that up. Tori is my real name. First time I've run into this issue of having the same name as anybody has been in college. I picked up the name Sicklick in my freshman year because my freshman year dance teacher was trying to find a way to differentiate me from the other Tori, and she said, you know what, let's just use your last names. That's easiest. And that became the quickest nickname that I got in college and the one that has stuck with the most people. One of the other nicknames that I've picked up is Tori G because my freshman year acting teacher said, what's the best way to differentiate you? Ah, Tori G. G for glasses. That was me. And the third nickname that I've picked up in college is Tori Six-Pack because apparently I have six-pack abs sometimes, and one day I wore a crop top to class and everyone's like, oh my god, you have six-pack abs, let's call you Tori Six-Pack because like it's a pun on your name, but also because you have six-pack. And I'm like, great, sure, that's fine. There's always the puns on the last name Sicklick because it's an odd last name. It's not your run-of-the-mill Smith or Jones or Miller or anything like that. So when I was a little kid, I would always get the joke of, hey Tori, when you're sick, do you lick things? Do you give them a sick lick? And then came high school, where one of my friends said to me in freshman year, hey Tori, you know what happens if you change the S to a D in your last name? You become Tori Dicklick. Do you lick dicks? This whole thing of what I should be called has come up this past week in rehearsals for Bring It On, and it's made me think a lot about the issues that I have with being just called Sicklick. And my first years of college didn't bother me a ton just because I was like, oh yeah, it's my first few years in school, so it's the easiest way for teachers to know who I am, just being like, just call me Sicklick, like, you know what my name is, it's on the roll, but like, for knowing who I am in my class, just call me Sicklick because there's another person with my name. The issue of me just being called Sicklick started to bother me last year just because I was thinking about it a lot and I was like, you know, it's been 3 years of being in the same classes with all these people in my program and I'd like to be called my actual name Tori, but I know that it's just easier to call me Sicklick because that's what I've always been called, but I don't know, I'd like to make it known that I like to be called my actual name, and even though I've expressed this many times, it hasn't really changed at all, which, I don't know, bugged me a bit at the end of the school year. And I've been trying to figure out the best way for when people are like, hey Sicklick, for me to be like, actually Tori, and not sound like a complete bitch about it, just to be completely honest. And I was thinking I should do that thing where I'm like, I won't respond until they call me Tori, but then I'm like, that's really rude. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. If you've encountered anything like weird nicknames or what people should call you or anything else, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. You can watch my latest video here, subscribe here, follow me on Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram here, and in the description, DFTBA, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!